Alrighty, so what we've got here is a new optic. This company reached out to me. I believe it's pronounced Gunnr, Gunnr, and they've got a 1 to 10 variable power that they sent me. I don't have anything in like the low power variable optic range, so they offered to send it to me if I do a review of it. So obviously that's what we're doing now. They also sent me a set of scope rings, which is awesome because I can't remember what size tube this has, but it's always nice to get a set of rings, so then you can go ahead and mount this up. This will probably end up living on one of my ARs, but I think we'll probably end up throwing it on the 6BR to kind of test it out to see maybe how it tracks, how it shoots, how it holds zero, and things like that, and how the glass is and things like that. So let's go ahead and get this thing opened up. And you can see that it's already open because I already popped it open just to take a quick look. And, you know, nice packaging. They advertise it as a very rugged, durable scope. And I think I was reading some of the stuff online. It said it had shot glass, which is why I was like, yep, sign me up. So, comes with covers there. And we have exposed turrets. And this is that Odin 1 to 10. Again, I wanted that 1 to 10 range. I thought that'd be pretty neat to have. And let's see. That power ring is nice and smooth. Let's go ahead. Looks like we have an illuminated reticle, which I doubt the battery's in it. Let's see. Get that battery cover off. No, battery's not in it. I'll check and see if there's one in the package. Let's see. On the bottom of it, it doesn't say where it's made. So let's see if we can find out where this thing's made. And then let's check out the turrets. It looks like this is an MOA scope, which is fine. And we've got locking turrets in the traditional way that, you know, they lock up and down. And let's see, clicks aren't bad. They're not super clicky, but you know, there's no mistaking where you're at there. There's not a lot of play in them. A little bit from that locking turret, kind of like my Helos, my Athlon Helos, where there's that, when they're unlocked, there's just a slight amount of play. It's not that big a deal, I don't think. We'll go test this and see how it tracks, but elevation doesn't feel bad. Looks like it's got a lot of elevation range. I'll have to look. I think there's some paperwork in here that tells me about this optic. And let's see. Let's go to the windage. Yeah, the windage is about the same. Pretty good. Let's see. What do we have? We have 25 MOA for one rev. Now, realistically, a 1 to 10 power scope, it's probably not meant to do a bunch of dialing, but nice to have those exposed and locked caps there. And what do we have? Do we have parallax somewhere? No. So we have no parallax adjustment, it looks like, which, like I said, I don't have any optics like this, that 1 to 10. So no parallax adjustment, it doesn't appear so. Let me pull out the whatever came with this here. I'm guessing some paperwork or some manual or something. Let's see here. Actually, no, this is, oh, that's kind of neat. A little thing to open up the turret. Oh, sweet. We have an Allen wrench and we have a throw lever, which is kind of neat. Oh, okay. The Allen wrench takes out this little nut here, and then we could put our throw lever on there. So that's kind of cool with a variable power like this, that we're going to want to be able to quickly adjust our power. So let's go ahead. Let's pop that throw lever in there. And let's pop that in there. And now we can like quickly adjust with our magnification. So that's pretty cool. Let's see what the turret mechanism looks like. Curious. They sent this little convenient little plastic thing, which is kind of neat. I've got a lot of Athlon optics that have this same little penny style thing on top. Okay, so as we pop that turret off, looks like all this is metal and machined, so looks like a pretty robust system. Get you a close up there. It looks like a nice machine system there with an O-ring, and so, you know, I'm expecting this scope to track at least reasonably well. Let's go ahead and put that back on. Okay, set that off to the side. Let's see what this is. Maybe this is what gives us information about the optic. Okay, nothing in there. Sweet. Anything else in our box here? Looks like no. Okay. So we'll set that off to the side. Set the Optic off to the side. And let's take a look at the rings they sent me. Okay. Oh, there's where our battery is for our scope. And let's see. It looks like we got a 34mm tube on this scope. These look like pretty good rings. They look, you know, high quality. You know, it's a cantilever mount. I believe this is made to go on an AR. It's got the torque specs listed there, which is nice. And then torque specs on the rail as well. So looks like that would fit in there nicely. So let me just pull up some information on the scope so I can give it to you, because I thought there was going to be some kind of package in there. So I'll be right back. All right, so I quickly went to their website, and I'm going to go ahead and pull up their stats on this Optic. It's going to be easier than me walking you through them and talking about them, but it does say the parallax is set to 100. So this is going to limit this as far as using it for, you know, more long range, but that's not what this is made for. This is a low power variable, so it's made to go on an AR or something like that. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and get this mounted up and put it on my 6BRA in this mount. And we're going to throw the trigger cam on it, and we'll get some views of the Optic. We'll shoot a group or two, may get a rough idea how it tracks. But again, this isn't the kind of scope that we're real concerned about this tracking, because these realistically are probably going to stay locked. We're probably going to use the reticle for anything, especially with the parallax set at 100. So let me do that, and we'll get back with you on the range. All right, target's at 100 yards. This is the Odin 1-10. This is on my 6BRA. I didn't trust any of my ARs as far as accuracy and things like that go to kind of test this optic, so I thought, why not throw it on the 6BRA? Looks a little bit ridiculous because it's kind of made for an AR with the high mount, but with the adjustable cheek comb, it really doesn't matter. So, first shot here, I went ahead and bore sighted it. We're going to see how close we are, and then we're going to kind of go from there, and probably shoot some 3-shot groups, and obviously you guys will get a view through the trigger cam. So you'll be able to see what I see. It's a 1-10 power, so not really used to shooting a 1-10 power, but as you can see here, like, there's 1 power, which you can see the barrel there, which is kind of hilarious. Then you zoom in, and we can now see 10 power. Now there's no parallax, so we're shooting at 100 yards. Let's see if we can get the illuminated reticle to turn on. Let's see, it's daylight, so obviously it's pretty bright. So let's go to setting 6. You can kind of see the illumination there. There you go. If I go off the target there where it's a white background, you can see that there is a red illuminated reticle there. So like if I put it on that tree, you can see how that's illuminated. That's setting 6. So it is daylight bright off in between, which is nice. And there's setting 1, which obviously can't see anything. Setting 5, you can kind of see as well in daylight. So if you wanted to use it in the daylight, like in dense trees or something like that, you obviously could. Let's go down here on some of those 200-yard targets. So again, you could see that pretty clearly on that black target down there, those things at 200 yards. Okay, so illumination is turned off, and again we bore sighted it, so we're going to see how close we are. We're just going to go at that center dot. This gun is grouped really well, so that's why I wanted to shoot it out of this gun, just to get an idea of how we can group with a 10 power optic. Now you'll notice those orange dots are 5 MOA apart, and as best as I can get them, looks like we're pretty darn close with the reticle. Okay, let's go with the first shot here and see how close we are with our bore sight. Okay, so we weren't super close. Took me a second to see it there. We're about 6 MOA left. So let's go 6 MOA to the right. Okay, so I just went 6 right. These are locking turrets too. And then we're a little low. let's see. So if that's 5, that's probably about 3 low. So let's go up. One, two, let's go up 3. So we went right 5 and up 3. Let's see where that puts us. Okay, that puts us real close, doesn't it? Let's go up a half. And let's do a 3-shot group. I'm going to go ahead and 0 this turret too, actually. Now, the nice thing, they sent me a little tool, but the nicest thing about these kind of turrets are you could just use a piece of brass, the case head, which works just fine. Don't know if they recommend it. If you use a metal case, you can scratch up this little screw, but it's not really the end of the world. Pull that out of there. Rip off the turret cap, and let's go to 0 here. And it looks like that's just how you set up the 0 stop. You just basically reset the turret to 0, and then you've got a 0 stop that's already automatically set up. Alright, so, as I stated, we're going to do a 3-shot group. Yeah, we're going to do it on that bottom target there. Yeah, I think we're hitting the orange. Alright, so it looks like it holds 0. Because I think, from what I can tell, we shot a pretty good group. Okay, now I just went up 5 MOA. We're going to do 2 shots, see where they land. They should land pretty much on, we're going to do the same point of aim, they should land pretty much on that second orange dot up there. Kind of a rough tracking test here. Because I went up 5. Actually, you know what? I'm going to aim at the middle dot there, actually, so they'll be up on a clean target. Can't actually tell where that hit. Alright, give me a second, go check that out and see what happened there. Alright, because of only 10 power there and hitting that in that orange dot, it was kind of a bit hard to see. I thought that's where it went, but I couldn't really tell. So just wanted to go down there and make sure that that's what happened. So shoot another one there. Again, kind of 5 MOA up. Okay, and that just, I could see that one because that came out just a smidge low on the orange dot. So go back to 0 with elevation. And shoot a shot. We'll go back to that middle target. Should hit in the orange. We did, just on the bottom of it. And then let me reset my windage turret here so I can dial to the. Okay, so let's go. Let's see, which one do we want to shoot? Let's go to the right. What the heck? Let's go 5 right. And we're pretty much hit 5 right. Just a smidge low, but there could be some error in this situation here. With this optic not being really made to do a ton of dialing, I didn't put a ton of stress on getting everything perfectly level. There's actually not even a level on the gun, so just doing the best I can to make sure that this thing's returning to 0 and things like that. So I wouldn't read too much into that little bit of variance there. With this type of optic, that's not really an optic you're going to dial a ton. All right, now we're going to go back up into the orange dot there in the center and shoot one more round to make sure we return to our 0 point. And a little hard for me to tell there, but I think those ones are touching, so I think we're pretty good. We're going to go back in and take a closer look at the target and kind of give you some closer views, because 10 power is not that great for seeing at 100 yards. But as you can see, the glass actually looks really good. Now it's a bright day, but I've got no issues with eye relief, glass quality, anything like that. For 10 power, it looks pretty awesome. And then again, when we're all the way out like that, you're probably going to want that illumination on, because it's a little hard to see that center dot. Which if we go to that illumination on 10 there, again, I think close up like this, you're probably not going to have a problem. But at 200 yards there, but as you can see, we could quickly zoom in and get us, you know, 10 power, be an awesome hunting optic, so you could have that wide field of view, and then we can obviously zap in. You can even see the mirage a little bit there at 200 yards. So you can see that kind of blowing left to right, and you can see those targets at 200 yards just clearly. So that's 3 power, that's 1 power. So you have that huge wide field of view. You can actually see my AC tuner break, which is an interesting thing to see because this scope being up nice and high. So pretty happy with it so far. This is going to live on one of my ARs. It's not going to live on this Aero Solus, but I thought it'd be a good platform to test. So hope you guys enjoyed this one, and let's hit to the bench there and we'll talk about it. All right, so we have a close-up view of the target now. Those 2 rounds that were circled were part of the siders, the one on the left being the first shot, then the one in the middle there being our second shot. As you can see there, we pretty much landed on the orange dot all the way across, 5 MOA up, and the only thing that was a little weird was that one we had, that ended up a little low to the right. It is about 5 MOA to the right. However, we did have a little bit of kind of that horizontal shift, or really that vertical shift. Now, if we go back and watch the trigger cam, I think the reticle was probably a bit canted. Again, I didn't go through a ton of care trying to get this set up perfectly, because this isn't really the type of optic you're going to dial all the time. I really just wanted to make sure that the turrets worked. They worked about like they were supposed to, and obviously we held 0, because you can see we had a 3-shot group on the bottom with all the rounds pretty much touching there in the orange dot, which was our kind of our 0 point. Then we went up 5 MOA, and we pretty much hit 5 MOA up. We're very close to it. And then again, we had about 5 MOA click to the right, and then we came back and we shot another confirmation of 0, and we were pretty well there. So I think for what this optic's for an AR or hunting style gun where you're not going to be doing a ton of dialing, the locking turrets are great. The glass quality seems to be really good for the price point. And then obviously we were able to shoot some good groups. So obviously the trigger cam footage you see is a little bit degraded because of it's a trigger cam. It looks a little bit better than that in real life, but the trigger cam does a good job of kind of showing what things look like as far as color and things like that. Now, obviously they sent me this optic, but I'm going to keep it. I like it. I think it'd be a perfect optic to go on an AR. The 1 to 10 range is pretty awesome. As far as using it as a hunting scope or something like that in the Midwest would be really great. So check out my links in the description down below. And again, pretty neat. And the 6BR even shoots with a 1 to 10 power. So hope you guys enjoyed this one. I know it's a different type of video, but we're going to keep making some videos like this as well because they're kind of fun to make. So hope you guys enjoyed this. Thanks for subscribing, and we'll see you next time.